Good morning, everyone. We are from Translation 2023 D class. My name is Saskia Damaniar Aputin with student number 263 and my friend Diaf Yonita Herlina with student number 265. In this presentation, we are going to explain everything related to translating idioms. So what are there? Now we move to the table of content. We are going to have a deeper understanding with the background, Baker's theory, Baker's strategies in translating idioms, the difficulty in translating idiom, the examples, and the last section is conclusion. Move on to the background. English is widely known as a spoken language in many countries, both natively and as a second or foreign language. In Indonesia, it is functioned as a foreign language. And because of this, translation is play an important role for communicating between languages. Thus, it can make language available to individuals who do not speak English. What important in translation is when you translate, it is involved more than simply changing the meaning of words based on their literal context. The main focus of this presentation is about idiom. So, what is idiom? According to Lim, 2004, idiom is a word or phrase made up of words which contain different meaning compared to its literal meaning.
Mona Baker's theory of idiom translation strategies introduced in her 2011 book entitled In Other Words, a course book on translation. The main point is translating idioms requires flexibility, and a translator has to be smart about choosing the right approach to keep the meaning clear, and then must consider cultural and contextual relevance.
Now we are on Becker translation strategies. These strategies are very suitable when you're trying to translating idiom. There are 5 strategies. First, using an idiom with a similar meaning and form. In this case, the similarity applies both in terms of form and meaning. From the example provided, the idiomatic expression dine out is translated into makan di luar in the target language because the SL and TL has idiomatic meaning and form. Second, using an idiom of a similar meaning but dissimilar form. It is originally suggested by Baker as a strategy with similar meaning but different lexical items. From the example, strategy 2 is generated to translate keep on into teruskan. Based on the context, keep on has a similar meaning with go on. In this case, keep on, which means teruskan, has an idiomatic meaning because it is dissimilar in literal meaning. Third, translating by paraphrase. This is the most common strategy when translator cannot find match form in the target language. From the example, so pissing down is translated into hujan lebat. It can be dedicated that the researcher is unable to find appropriate idiomatic expression in the target language to translate the idiom pissing down. Fourth, compensation. This strategy used when the translator cannot use other strategies to translate idiom. The idiom kick the bucket means to die, but there is no equivalent idiom in the target language that conveys both the informal tone and the meaning. Fifth, translation by omission. This strategy is allowing only in some following cases. Number 1, there is no close comparable in the target language. Number 2, not easy to paraphrase. And number 3, omitted because of the stylistic reason. From The example, the phrase at all is omitted because it would be of any use. It had better to omit one of these idiomatic expressions so that it would sound more natural in the target language.
The hardest part of translating idioms is often recognizing idiomatic expressions. While some are easy to identify, how easy they are to identify really depends on the situation, which are number one, when the idioms violate truth conditions, and number two, when the idioms include expressions which seem grammatically ill formed. However, some translators are struggling in dealing with idiomatic expressions. Therefore, Baker explains two main points related to the problem in translating idioms. First, some idioms are misleading. A number of idiomatic expressions are transparent, like due to their literal interpretations and meaning which are not representing the contextual meaning. For example, kick the bucket means die. Second, the source and target Texas idiom might be closely equivalent. Idiomatic expressions sometimes look similar physically but have partial and complete difference in terms of meaning. For example, to pull someone's leg means tell someone something untrue as a joke in order to shock them temporarily. It's identical on the surface to the idiom yushab rijlu, which means pull his leg in Arabic. It is used in several Arabic dialects, which means tricking someone into talking about something she or he would rather keep secret. Okay, so here are three examples of translating idioms based on the theory by Baker 2011 and the strategy they use. First, akhirnya keduanya pun saling jatuh cinta. Translated into they soon fell in love with each other. It is using similar meaning and similar form strategy. Second, mereka harus diberi pelajaran. We have to teach them a lesson. It is using paraphrasing strategy. And the last one, tak ayal pertarungan sengit pun tak terhindarkan. Translated into both sides clashed fiercely. It is using omission as the strategy.
To conclude, translating idiom is a complex task that requires more than literal translation. Baker stated 5 strategies in translating idiom include using an idiom with similar meaning and form, using an idiom with similar meaning but different form, paraphrasing, compensation, and omission. Each strategy is chosen based on the difficulty of the phrase, which may be misleading or structurally odd. This is the end of our presentation. We provide references in the end of the slide. We hope you guys have a good day and thank you for watching.